Hare Krishna devotees, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna Suvarna Gaurahari Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. Prabhuji, you are muted, Prabhuji. We are not able to hear you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Ravilochana Prabhu, you are able to hear me, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. I think Suvarna Gaurahari is muted. Let's wait for 2 minutes, Prabhu.
Yeah, he might have just logged in through his computer. Maybe it takes some time.
Okay, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji.
Dandavat Pranam.
Prabhuji, is it possible to start your camera, Prabhuji?
Just a minute, Prabhu.
Okay, Prabhuji, okay. Prabhuji, are we ready to start, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhu. So today my class will be a little shorter, till 8 o'clock.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Travel.
Okay, Prabhuji. Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for accepting the seva despite your travel plan. Hare Krishna devotees, Dandavat Pranam. Welcome to Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Today we are very fortunate to have the association of His Grace Suvarna Gaurahari Prabhu, who will be sharing the nectar from Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita, especially on the Prabhupada Transcendental prayers of Srila Prabhupada in the ship of Jaladuta. Prabhuji, over to you, Prabhuji. I have given co-host rights. If you want, yes, you can share the screen, or if you want me to share any screen, I will share, Prabhu.
That's okay. Hare Krishna. So welcome to all the devotees. So today we are discussing from the prayers of Srila Prabhupada written on Jaladuta. So the stanza we are going to discuss today is this. Tumi mora chira sathi bhuliya mayar lathi khaiya che janma janmantari Aji puna se suyoga jadi hoy yoga yoga tabe pari tuhe mili bari. O Lord Krishna, you are my eternal companion. Forgetting you, I have suffered the kicks of Maya birth after birth. If today the chance to meet you occurs again, then I will surely be able to rejoin you. So this is a prayer. So let's start with Mangalacharan. Om Jnanatimrandhasya Jnananjanasharakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Svapadantikam वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरतुजे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरो दीनतारिणं परमानन्दं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरम्। हरे Krishna. So today we are going to discuss on this verse. Srila Prabhupada is also a Kavi. One of the qualities of a devotee is Kavi. Kavi, Daksha, Mauni. So there are 26 qualities of Vaishnava, which is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Kripalu Akruta Droha Satyasara Sama Nidosha Vadanya Mrudu Shuchiya Kinchana. So like this it goes on. So there are 26 qualities. So out of that, one of the qualities is Kavi. Kavi means who is a poet. So Srila Prabhupada also wrote this beautiful poetry in Bengali, glorifying Lord Krishna and expressing his heart. So these poems were somehow fortunately found by the disciples of Srila Prabhupada and published as a book. So there's a Jaladuta diary. So in the diary, these two songs are mentioned. So in these two songs, if we study deeply, we find the heart of Srila Prabhupada, where Prabhupada is praying to Krishna, glorifying Krishna, and also Prabhupada is expressing his desires to meet Krishna, longing to meet Krishna. So that's what this song is. So previous to this, we quoted a verse from Prahlad Maharaj, where Prahlad Maharaj is saying that how can I forget the service to my spiritual master? So Srila Prabhupada is also thinking in the same lines of how can I forget service to my spiritual master, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So Srila Prabhupada is a pure Vaishnava, not a conditioned soul like many of us. So Srila Prabhupada came to this world for establishing the mission of Krishna. The mission of Sri Krishna was Prativite Achayata Nagaradigram Sarata Prashar Hoimurana. To establish this mission, Srila Prabhupada came here. Many times Srila Prabhupada in his conversations he said that I did not want to come here, but Krishna told me you go there, write books and come back. So to fulfill the desire of Sri Krishna, Srila Prabhupada came here and wrote many books. And he also has written many songs as we are reading. But when great acharyas write, sometimes they take the role of conditioned soul and write their writings in such a way that the conditioned souls can relate to it. Like for example, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur also writes, Amar Jivan Sada Pape Rata Nahi Kapunera Desha. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is writing that I am completely absorbed in sinful activities and I don't have any pious credits. Nahiko Punya Ralesha. So this is the way the pure devotees are expressing their heart. Although they are pure, they take the role of conditioned souls and are writing for this for us and how we should pray to Krishna. Right? They are not fallen, but the conditioned souls are fallen. So when the conditioned souls offer the prayers written by those pure Vaishnavas, then we can get elevated in our consciousness. So Srila Prabhupada also, being a pure Vaishnava, he's taking the role of a conditioned soul and writing this song. तुम्हें मोरा चिर साथी भूलिया मायारा लाठी खाइयाची जन्म जन्मांतरे. This means that you are my eternal friend, चिर साथी, eternal companion. भूलिया मायारा लाठी खाइयाची. Forgetting you, I am getting the whips of Maya. Mayara Lathi Khaiyache. Janma Janmantari, life after life, I am being thrashed by Maya. So this statement is true for a conditioned soul, but not for pure Vaishnavas like Srila Prabhupada. The Srila Prabhupada's kind of devotees, they never get affected by Maya. Because they are surrendered to Krishna, they are never affected by Maya. Etadishanamishasya prakritistopi tadgunaihi. Na yujjate sadatmasthe yatha buddhi tadashrayah. So just like when Krishna appears in this world, Lord Krishna remains aloof from the three modes of material nature. Etadishanamishasya prakritistopi tadgunaihi na yujjate sadatmastaihi. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, this verse is quoted where it is said that Krishna, when he comes to this world, although he is in Prakriti, he is not affected by Prakriti. Analogy is given just like a spider builds a web and it can walk anywhere in the web. It will not get entangled. But if an insect comes into that web, then the insect gets entangled. But the spider itself is not entangled. Similarly, Krishna created this web, this material world, which is like a web for conditioned souls, like all of us. We get entangled here by coming in contact with the three modes of material nature. We are shackled by the three modes. But when Krishna comes here, he is not shackled by the three modes. He is unaffected by the three modes of material nature. Prakritistopi tadgunaihi na yujjate sadatmastaihi yatha buddhihi tadashrayah. Similarly, those devotees who are completely focused on Krishna, the devotees of the Lord who are thinking of Krishna 24 hours, they are also not affected by the modes of material nature. So devotees like Srila Prabhupada are also not affected by the three modes of material nature. They may act like conditioned souls, they may look like one of us, but they are not. Right? So to consider Guru to be like one among us is also called Martya Buddhi. Right? Arche Vishnu Shiladi, Gurushu Naramati, Vaishnave Jati Buddhi. Right? So there's a verse which says that to consider Guru to be an ordinary person, to consider deity of the Lord to be ordinary stone, to consider the spiritual master Guru to be an ordinary conditioned soul like any of us, and to consider Vaishnava to belong to this caste or that caste, or this creed, this nationality, this color, that's also an offense. So to consider Guru to be an ordinary person is an offense. They may look like ordinary souls, like one among us, but they are transcendental because they are not affected by the three modes of material nature. This we can see by their activities, by their consciousness. Because the body because it is made of matter, the body obeys the laws of nature. So the body grows, it becomes old. Even for that matter, the pure devotee's body also will grow and become old. But they are not influenced by what's happening to the body. Their consciousness remains aloof from whatever is happening to the body. So they are not subjected to the demands of the body or the sufferings of the body. So they remain transcendental. So that's the meaning. So this is very nicely explained in the 5th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, where pure devotee's consciousness is described. Right? Even when he is walking or talking or sitting and sleeping, he knows that I am different from this body. The body is connected with 3 modes, but I am different. I, as Atma, I am different. So pure devotees, so they are aloof from this material body. So Srila Prabhupada also, he showed his transcendental nature at certain times. That how even when he got heart attacks, he pursued going to America. He didn't stop. Right? Even after going to America, he was alone in ice cold winter of New York City, and still he was rising early, chanting his japa, and he was doing preaching programs, calling people and cooking. So, and his service to Krishna was unstoppable, right? And he got a stroke in 1967 or so. And Prabhupada said that half my body is paralyzed. But even in that situation, Prabhupada said, I want to go to Vrindavan. So Prabhupada returned back to India. And even in the last days of his life, you can see how clear Srila Prabhupada's consciousness was. And most of you must have seen the video where Prabhupada is lying on the bed and he is somebody is holding a dictaphone on at his mouth, and Prabhupada is speaking very clearly, right? So everything is conducted by the will of Krishna. Everything is acting and moving by the will of Krishna. To understand this is Krishna consciousness. So Srila Prabhupada is very clearly articulating his words and expressing his heart even in the last days. So those people who saw Prabhupada's departure, they remembered Bhishma Pitama. Because Bhishma Pitama also, in the fag end of his life, when he was lying on the bed of arrows, at the time, Bhishma also exhibited his clear consciousness, right, by answering the questions of Yudhishthira Maharaj. Yudhishthira Maharaj asked many questions, and all the questions were very clearly answered by Bhishma Pitama. So Srila Prabhupada also very clearly translated Srimad Bhagavatam, gave Srimad Bhagavatam purports to us, even in the last days. So this shows how clear Srila Prabhupada's consciousness was. The body was emaciated. He was thin and weak. He was not taking any food, not even fluids. So Prabhupada was very weak. Only bones had remained. So Prabhupada had become so thin and weak. Right? If you go to Krishna Balaram temple in Vrindavan, you can see Prabhupada's room. And there's a photograph in that room. Prabhupada is very thin. Right? He's sitting on a palki, which was used to carry him. And you see Prabhupada's very thin. But even in that state, Prabhupada's consciousness was very clear. So the lesson is that devotees like Srila Prabhupada, they are transcendental, they are not subjected to the 3 modes of mental nature. But in their prayer, sometimes when you see they are writing like conditioned souls. That's for us. That's for us to understand and understand our situation and pray to Krishna. So Krishna, Prabhupada is writing here, Tumi mora chira sathi bhuliya maya ralati khayati janma janmantare. Oh Krishna, you are my eternal friend. Chira sathi, eternal friend. Bhuliya maya ralati khayati. And forgetting you, I am suffering. So this is the root cause of suffering. Srila Prabhupada is explaining this deep concept of the root cause of our suffering. That is forgetfulness of Krishna. Bhuliya maya ralati khayati. So when you forget Krishna, you come to Maya. Krishna Surya Sama Maya hai andhikar. Jaha Krishna taha nahi Maya radhikar. Krishna is like the sun. When the sun rises, the darkness is eliminated, terminated. So the darkness can exist only in the absence of the sun. So Prabhupada wrote this in Back to Earth magazine as its main title, right? The Godhead is light, and ignorance is darkness. Where there is light, there cannot be any ignorance. So when Krishna comes, then darkness is removed. So the suffering is because of forgetfulness of Krishna. Ichha, Dvesha, Samurtena, Dvanda, Mohena, Bharata. Right? So Sarge Anti Parantapa. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita also that because the conditioned souls desire to enter separately from me, Icha and Dvesha. They desire to enter separately because of envy for me. Icha Desha Samutvena Dvandva Mohena. And then they are put into duality where they're bewildered by these dualities. Right? So then they come to this material world, which is full of dualities. So forgetfulness of Krishna is the root cause. Although we have forgotten Krishna, Krishna has not forgotten us. So we have broken the friendship, but Krishna has not broken his friendship to us. So that's why Prabhupada is addressing Krishna as Tumi Mora Chira Sathi. You are my eternal friend. I have forgotten you. Bhuliya. And forgetting I have come to this material world. Bhuliya tumhare samsare asiya pe nana vidha vyatha. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying that Bhuliya tumhare, forgetting you, I have come to this material world. Samsare asiya pe nana vidha vyatha. And I'm suffering varieties of sufferings in this world because of Krishna's forgetfulness. Right? Nana vidha vyatha. So he says that how after forgetting Krishna, we are born in this material world, we grow, and go to school, then we go to office, then to do a job, we have money, then we have wife, we have children, and then so the samsara goes on expanding. And finally, old age comes, where all the teeth are broken, hairs have become white or gray, and then there is a stick in the hand. So in this way, the root cause of all the suffering, Janmamurti Jaraveda, is our desire to enter separately from Krishna. So this root cause has to be analyzed and it has to be resolved. Only then we can be happy. So Krishna is proving his friendship. How? In whatever life we travel, Krishna comes with us. He doesn't abandon us. He comes and is helping us. So that's why Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says that I am Suhrad. Bhaktaram Yajnatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Suhradam Sarvabhutanam Gyatva Mam Shanti Marachati. So Krishna says that I am Suhrad, a heart-to-heart friend. Hrit means heart. Suhrad means one who wishes well for us in his heart. Right? So there are very few people like this who wish well for us. With such people, we should make friendship. And Krishna is the biggest well-wisher of all. Your ever well-wisher. Srila Prabhupada also, whichever letter he wrote, he used to sign at the end, your ever well-wisher. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. So Srila Prabhupada is a true well-wisher. Just like Krishna is our well-wisher, Srila Prabhupada is also our well-wisher and true friend. So Srila Prabhupada writes here, so how Krishna is a true friend and why? And what is the nature of a relationship between the two friends? Whatever you want, you will get it if you please the Supreme Lord. Right? So if your friend is there and you make your friend happy, and friend gives everything to you, isn't it? So Krishna also, because of his friendship with us, Krishna is willing to give everything to us. Therefore, he is the most sincere friend. Whatever you want from him, you can get. But the intelligent man does not want anything that is materially contaminated. So a true friend doesn't ask for anything material. A true friend wants true friendship. That's all. Krishna, I don't want anything from you. I just want you. I don't want anything from you. I just want to serve you and to be with you. That's all. So if you want something from the friend, then that is more a utilitarian friendship. But if the friendship is selfless, then that is true friendship. But selflessness should be there in the friendship. So Sri Krishna is our true friend. He is helping us. He is there with us life after life after life. so many lifetimes, and without any expectation, He is just helping us. Right? So He's sitting in the heart as Paramatma. Upadrishta Anumanta cha bharta bhukta maheshwarah Paramatma iti chapyukto dehesmin purushaparah. So Krishna is sitting in their heart as Paramatma, and He is observing our desires and fulfilling our desires for eternity, for all time. He has been doing that, but we kept ignoring Him, and we were ungrateful. Even though Krishna is providing so much, still ungratefulness. We don't even thank. Of course, devotees do that; they thank Krishna, but most of the people do not forget. They forget what Krishna has done to them, and if they're ungrateful. So this kind of, although the conditioned souls are behaving like this, still Krishna continues to act as a true friend. Right? Yesterday I was discussing someone, and the point came of atheism, and he asked one madam in the college. She asked, Prabhuji, how do you deal with atheists? How do you look at them? Because they say God does not exist. So then I said, see, even though they may be atheists, they are only situationally atheists, because there is no true real atheist. When there is a statement in English that there is no atheist in a foxhole, when a person is cornered, when he is in difficulty, he can not remain atheist. He prays to God. In the heart of his heart, he will pray to God. He will pray to some higher power. Please help me. So that is the nature of human, natural, because we are all part and parcel of Krishna. It is natural that in danger we call out to Him. Some people deny His existence, but still, although people are denying His existence, Krishna still takes care of them. Krishna doesn't abandon even an atheist. So Krishna is providing air even for the atheist. He is providing water for the atheist. He is providing food for the atheist. He is providing shelter for the atheist. He is providing parents for the atheist. And for people who say that God does not exist, to them also Krishna is providing so much. What to speak of devotees? Right? Why should devotees be in anxiety or worry? Krishna will take care. That is called surrender. To have faith that Krishna will take care, that is surrender. Sharanagati. Goptratve varanam tata. Krishna is my maintainer, he will take care of. So this is the faith with which devotees should live. So Srila Prabhupada also had this faith, and he continued this. We could go to America because of this faith. Right? Otherwise, it's very difficult to take such a bold step at the age of 70. So, Tumi Mora Chira Sati Bhuliya Mayara Radi. So, there's one section in Srimad Bhagavatam which talks about Krishna being our true friend. This is from the section of Puranjana, where Puranjana died and he became Vaidharvi, and Vaidharvi was married to Maledhvaja, and Maledhvaja was a great devotee. So, by the association of Maledhvaja, Vaidharvi also became a great devotee. So both of them retired to the forest, and they were doing austerities. And one day, Maledhvaja, in his mystic meditation, he left his body and he passed away. And Vaidharvi started lamenting and crying piteously, like because her dear husband had passed away. Not only husband, she was more like a guru for her. When he passed away, she was crying, lamenting. So at that time, one stranger comes in the form of a Brahmana. So let's see what that Brahmana says. There's one verse before. Yes. Tatra purvataraha kaschit sakha brahmana atmavan santavayan valguna samna tamaha rudatim prabho. My dear king, one Brahmana was an old friend of King Puranjana, came to that place and began to pacify the queen with sweet words. So this shloka is being told by Narada Muni to Prachini Parishad, because the story of Puranjana is being told to Prachini Parishad. The old friend of Puranjana, he came there and started to pacify the queen. So the appearance of an old friend in the form of Brahmana is very significant. In his Paramatma feature, Krishna is the very old friend of everyone. According to Vedic injunction, Krishna is sitting with living entities side by side, right? Two birds sitting in the same branch. According to Shruti mantra, Dva Suvarna Sayuja Sakhaya, the Lord is sitting within the heart of every living entity as Suhrat, the best friend. The Lord is always eager to have the living entity come back home, back toward it. Sitting with the living entity as witness, the Lord gives him all chances to enjoy himself materially. But whenever there is an opportunity, the Lord gives good counsel and advises the living entity to abandon trying to become happy through material adjustment and instead turn his face toward the Supreme Personality of Godhead and surrender unto him. Right? So although Krishna is fulfilling the material desires of people as Paramatma, what Paramatma really wants us to do? He wants us to turn towards Krishna. So, when one becomes serious to follow the mission of the spiritual master, his resolution is tantamount to seeing the Supreme Person of Godhead. Very important secret is revealed here by Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada says that when you become serious to follow the instructions of Guru, it is tantamount to seeing the Supreme Lord. Here, Vaidharvi was serious in following the instructions of Maledhvaja, so that led her to see the Supreme Lord face to face. So if we want to see the Supreme Lord, then we have to serve the instructions of Guru with all our heart and soul. Right? So then we can see Paramatma. As explained before, this means meeting the Supreme Person of God in the instruction of the spiritual master. This is technically called Vani Seva. Srila Vishwanath Thakur states in Bhagavata commentary on the verse Vaisatmya Buddhi Ke Gurunandana that one should serve the words of the spiritual master. The disciple must stick to whatever the spiritual master orders. Right? He should strictly order to the order, spiritual master's order. So that's the secret of success. Simply by following on that line, one sees the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So here Avijnata, see the name Avijnata is significant. Avijnata means unknown friend. Sakha Avijnata. So Avijnata means unknown. Why? Because we have forgotten him. You don't know his name. That's why it's called as Avijnata. So Paramatma also sometimes may come to us directly as 400 Vishnu form, but he may come as a devotee as well. So here Vaidharvi saw Paramatma in the form of Brahmana, not as Chaturbaja Rupa, Shivadaksha Vishnu. She is seeing him as Brahmana. Similarly, Paramatma can appear to us in the form of a devotee or words of a devotee. Right? So that's how we should be attentive. Srila Prabhupada also once, when he was distributing his Bhakti Goddard magazines, one person said, Swamiji, why are you distributing these simple magazines? Write books. People read magazines and throw, but books nobody will throw. Write books, they will stay. People will keep them. And Prabhupada understood, oh, this is my Guru speaking, this is Paramatma speaking through this person. He took it very seriously. So in this way, Paramatma can inspire us through different means. It is not necessary that he has to speak from within. My dear Prabhu, do this. No, he may not say that. He may say through others. So we should be alert and attentive to hear the words now of others, especially spiritual master. Right? Generally, the Lord speaks through the spiritual master. So, Yasya prasada bhagavat prasada. Yasya prasada na gati kutopi. So that formula we understand. Right? So Prabhupada writes that the Supreme Lord appeared before the being as Brahmana, but why didn't he appear in the original form of Sri Krishna? So Chakravarti remarks that unless one is very highly elevated in loving the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one cannot see him as he is. Nonetheless, if one sticks to the principles enunciated by the spiritual master, some or other, he is in association with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? So, very elevated people can see the Lord in four-handed form. But most of us, we have access through spiritual master. So this comes from in Gita. And the Lord guides. Tesham satatayuktanam bhajatam pritipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yenamam upayantide. So the Lord says that for those who are very sincere in the service to Guru and Krishna, Krishna reveals to them and guides them from within the heart. So sometimes the guidance will come from within, sometimes the guidance comes from without, from outside. So in the next verse, Brahmana vacha. Ka tvam kasyasi ko vayam shayano yasya shochati jna janasi kim sakhayam mam yenagre vichichartaha. The Brahmana inquired as follows: Who are you? Whose wife or daughter are you? Who is the man lying here? It appears a lamenting falls with this dead body. Don't you recognize me? I'm your eternal friend. You may remember that many times in the past you have consulted me. So, interesting verse. The Brahman is trying to reveal his identity, right? And asking the identity of. Actually, he is asking, what is your identity? Whose son or daughter are you? Actually, identity should be, Dear Sarubhai Krishna Nityadas. She should say, I am your servant. Because all the relationships in this world are temporary. Now, the husband is dead. So, where is the connection? He is dead and gone. Malay Dosh is dead and gone. So, she cannot again reconnect back with him. But she has to continue living. Isn't it? So, in this, parents gone. Husband, wife, or sometimes children, they're all gone, one after other. So, all the relationships are temporary. So, the only true relationship is with the Supreme Lord. So, Avijnata is asking here, don't you recognize me? Who am I? I'm your friend. I've read a portion of this purport. So, when a person is ready to die, renunciation is automatically visible. Consultation with the super soul seated within everyone's heart is possible only when one is completely free from the contamination of mental attachment. So, those whose heart is pure, they can connect to the Lord in the heart. If the heart is impure, he cannot connect. Just like if there is a lot of sound in the room, you cannot hear two people talking, cannot be heard. But if there is silence, then clearly we can talk and discuss. Similarly, in our mind also, if there are a lot of desires, material desires and a lot of clutter, then we will not be able to hear the voice of Paramatma from our heart. But when the heart becomes free from all the material desires, then we can clearly hear the voice of Paramatma. So such Paramatma is called Chaitya Guru. But those who are unable to hear the voice of Paramatma, they should hear the voice of Guru through the gross ears. So one should hear from the Guru and follow his instructions. Right? The Paramatma is always the Chaitya Guru, the spiritual master within, and he comes before one externally as an instructor and initiator, spiritual master. So Paramatma only comes as Guru. Right? Paramatma is the representation of, Guru is the representation of Paramatma. Right? Guru Krishna Rupa Haya Shastri Rapramane. So there's a verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita which says that Guru is Krishna Rupa. He is an expansion of, he is a form of Krishna. Right? Guru is also an expansion of Krishna. Guru Krishna Rupa hai Shastrera Pramane. This is the verdict of Shastra. Sakshad Haritvena Samasta Shastre Uttastata Bhavyata Yavasadhi. So all the Shastras declare that Guru should be treated as good as God. And he has attained Haritva, means he has become like Hari because of serving Lord Hari constantly. So that's the meaning of that spiritual master. Just as one gets a chance to consult with Paramatma within his heart, one also gets a chance to see him actually situated before him. And then one can take instructions from Super Soul. This is the duty of pure devotee, to see the bona fide spiritual master and consult with the Super Soul within the heart. Yeah. A sincere devotee who follows the instructions of the spiritual master certainly gets direct instructions from his heart, from the Super Soul. Right. So by following the orders of the Guru sincerely, one gets the instructions through the heart. Thus, a sincere devotee is always helped directly or indirectly by the spiritual master and the Super Soul. Right? So Brahmande Brahmite Kona Bhagyavana Jeev Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Vij. So after wandering in this material world in forgetfulness of Krishna for millions of births, with the mercy of Guru and Krishna, And Krishna means Paramatma in the heart, and Guru means the representative of Krishna. So by their mercy, by both command mercy, one gets the opportunity to practice Krishna consciousness. So then he says, Api samsmarisjatmanam avijnata sakham sakhe. Hey sakhe, just understand I am avijnata. Hitva mam padamanvichan bhoma bhoga rato gataha. Hitva mam, by giving me up, mam padam anvichan, right? Giving up my abode, you have come to this material world, bhoma bhoga rato gata, and you are enjoying this material enjoyment. My dear friend, even though you cannot recognize me, you need to recognize me. Can't you remember that in the past you had a very intimate friend? Unfortunately, you gave up my company and accepted a position as enjoyer of this material world and bhoma bhogarata. So this is the conditioned nature of all of us, that we come to this material world for any Krishna and here we're enjoying bhoma bhogarata. So we have to give up this identification and turn back towards Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada writes in the further purport, not in this purport, we'll go back to the poem. Right? Tumi mora chira sati bhuliya mayara lati khai achi janma janmantarya. And the mayara lati, what is mayara lati? 6 whips of Maya. She's beating us with whips. The 6 whips are hunger and thirst, shut pipasa, shoka moha, illusion and lamentation, and then jara mrityu, old age and death. These are the 6 whips. Shut pipasa, shoka moha, jara mrityu. 6 whips that they are constantly being whipped by this whips of Maya, and we are suffering. So when we turn away from Krishna, we are whipped. But when we turn towards Krishna, the whipping stops. Aji puna esu yoga jadi hoy joga joga tabe pari tuhi mili bare. If today the chance to meet you occurs again, then I will surely be able to rejoin you. Aji puna esu yoga. And that Suyoga has come to all of us by the mercy of Prabhupada and his representatives. It has come to us to connect to Krishna. And by mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we have got Radha Vinodji, we have got Kavalita, we have got Jagannath Sudhara. By Prabhupada's mercy, they are all here. And they are providing us an opportunity to connect to them and serve them. Isn't it? So that fortune, the good fortune is arising in all of our life by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Aji puna esu yoga. Jadi ho yoga yoga, tabe pari tuhi mili bare. So we get an opportunity to meet you, Krishna. And Krishna has also come here to meet all of us, right, in the form of the deities, Radha Vinodji, and to receive our service. Yesterday in Govardhan Puja, many devotees rendered wonderful service, cooking, by offering, and by decorating, by making Giriraj, beautiful, all the places around Giriraj. And then doing pradakshina, go puja, go seva. So in this way, so many wonderful service were accomplished. This is all because of the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. And he has created our good fortune, and he has given us wonderful opportunity to serve, by which we can make our life perfect and come back to God and join Krishna's pastimes in the spiritual world. Right, in the next paragraph, Srila Prabhupada expresses his desire that how I want to serve you and play with you, Krishna, on the bank of Yamuna. So this is a beautiful. Actually, once Srila Prabhupada was asked by devotees, Prabhupada, what is the goal of life? The goal of life is sit on the bank of Yamuna and eat with Krishna in the tiffin box. So Prabhupada was contemplating such pastimes in his heart and used to feel great joy remembering such pastimes. So that good fortune of serving Krishna, being with Krishna, playing with Krishna, eating with Krishna, that opportunity is being provided to all of us. So you have to just accept it, practice it sincerely, practice this process sincerely, go back to Godhead. And once you go back to Godhead, and no more material suffering, there will be only happiness. So I'd like to pause here because it's 8 o'clock and I have to leave early today for my train. So if there are any 1 or 2 comments we can take, then we can stop.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for very wonderful class. Thank you for accepting this seva despite you having a very tight travel schedule.
Because whenever you requested me, I was traveling. So I thought, okay, today I can't deny. I could have denied the request. So just
Thank you,
requesting me
Prabhuji.
so many times. I was always denying. I'm in Manipal, I'm Vrindavan, I'm here, I'm there.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Prabhuji, it was very nice class. I just want to add only 2 comments, and I will ask one more devotee to share any comments they may have in the interest of time. I think 2 points what you said was really, really inspiring. One is the analogy of a spider in the web. How the Lord is not actually entangled in the material nature.
Yeah.
And similarly, the spiritual master also is not entangled. I think that was a very beautiful example, Prabhuji. The other point that you mentioned was, the Lord is more anxious than us to, get us back to the spiritual world, but it's only we who are not ready. And also, you mentioned about the gratefulness or the lack of gratefulness of the conditioned soul. The Lord is always waiting anxiously when this person will come back. I think that was a very beautiful point. I have unmuted the lines, and maybe we can take one comment in the interest of time.
Yeah.
Devotee
Hare
may please.
Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu. Balaji Govinda, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. It was a very nice nectarian lecture, Prabhu. Prabhu, I have only one doubt to be clarified.
Yes, Prabhu.
We have heard devotees saying that always remember Krishna. Don't forget Krishna. But in our regular life, what is happening is we get up early, we do chanting in time, at least try to complete at the earliest time before 7 or 7:30, then do all the other sevas and be in association with the devotees and reading of scriptures, everything. But the problem is I am mechanically involved, or mechanically I am into Krishna consciousness. That means till I am there, till I am in seva, I will be linked to the Lord. That is, I am attached. But once I come out of the seva, suddenly I have the nature of forgetting, or I come into the family problems or family material attachment and so many
That's
problems.
why we should not come out of service, always be in service.
What, Prabhu?
We should always be in some service.
Hari, Hari. But somehow or the other, I have come into family life, no problem.
Yeah,
The only thing is, I am not able to, how to get attached to the Lord, Krishna.
So whatever we do, actually 24 hours should be devoted in Krishna service. That's the only way. We should not have, okay, this is my Krishna service time and this is my time for other things. All the time should be completely devoted in Krishna service. We should spiritualize everything in our life. We should not keep any material portion. Only then we can be always remembering Krishna and never forgetting Krishna. Otherwise, we will surely forget Krishna, because nature of material world is we forget. And somebody asked Prabhupada, I sometimes forget Krishna. Prabhupada said, no, sometimes you remember Krishna, most of the time you forget Krishna. So that's our situation. So we have to see what makes me Krishna conscious and take up those engagements more and more and more. Right? And as we progress in bhakti, we should take up more and more engagements, not reduce our engagements.
Hari, Hari.
More and more engagements will keep us busy in Krishna service, and then we'll not forget Krishna. But if we don't take up services, more initiatives, then naturally we'll forget Krishna.
Hari, Hari. Thank you, Prabhu.
And to avoid mechanical thing, we should do with a longing to meet Krishna. Whatever we do, we should be longing, chanting with longing to see Krishna, service with longing to please Krishna. So we should add that element of longingness. I want to do this for pleasure of Krishna. So when you add that, then it doesn't become mechanical. But if you don't do it for pleasure of Krishna, just do the activity, then it becomes mechanical.
Hari, Hari. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Prabhu, Dandot Pranam. Today your voice is excellent, Prabhu. We could hear so very well. Very clear and, loud, crystal clear. We could, otherwise your voice is very feeble for us. we were discussing 10.12.13 of Bhagavad Gita, Prabhu, where they say about Smaranam. What is Smaranam? And the first time, Damodara Ashtakam, I was reading with, I read, but I never used to read the meaning, in which Satyavata Muni explains. I don't want anything. I don't want any moksha or anything, or no other thing. I just want your Balagopala Rupam in my heart forever. That was the thing. Very nice. You are discussing this aspect. This was, I was just thinking. I thought I'd just share, Prabhu. Thank you for the wonderful class. Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna devotees, thank you very much. Thank you for your participation today in the interest of time, as Prabhuji also has to leave for Puri Dham. Thank you devotees, and thank you Prabhuji for a very nice class. And we wish you wonderful yatra, and we request you to pray for our spiritual advancement as well, Prabhuji. Thank you.
I'll do it as service.
Keep us all in your prayers, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Vancha kalpatarusha kripa sindhu
Hare Krishna. Prabhu.
Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I will be ending the Zoom session now. Thank you, devotees.